everyone, how are you? I hope you are all well on this mid-morning on a Monday. So for today I'm using my Wisdom of Avalon by Colette Baron Reid for the weekly guidance. The weekly guidance it will be alongside this video unless you're watching on YouTube because I can't load the picture. But please do pop over to Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or even Google and give us a like, share, follow, tweet, whatever. Thank you very much. Right, so for this week, the weekly guidance was I had an image of 3 dream catchers. Okay, so the first dream catcher is like in a kind of vintagey kind of look. It's got that kind of older style colouring, okay? And it's got like the cosmos in the back. Okay, so that's number 1. Number 2 is a lovely bright dream catcher. Nice, bright, bold, vibrant colours. And then the third is in black and white. It is actually, the dreamcatcher itself is black and white, and it's yin and yang. Okay, so the first one is a dreamcatcher with the cosmos in the background. The second one is a really bright, bold, vibrant dreamcatcher. And then the third is the yin and yang. Okay, so if you can close your eyes and just picture the image, of them 3 dream catchers. Do you go for number 1 with the nice cosmos in the background, or do you go for number 2, big, bold, bright, vibrant colours, or do you choose number 3, the yin and yang? Okay. When you feel ready, where do you step forward to? Okay, so this one is number 1 with the cosmos in the background. This is number 2, bold, bright, vibrant colours. And this is number 3, the yin and the yang. Okay, so number 1, the swan. Okay, so the swan is all about transformation and trusting the psychic gifts. Okay, with the swan, okay, it's that kind of, for some people this card will appear because perhaps you're not seeing you in your real light, and perhaps other people are saying things like you're useless, your skin is in bits, you know what I mean, you're pale, you're too dark, you know what I mean, just the normal kind of run-of-the-mill that people kind of say about other people. That's not how you should see yourself though. How do you see yourself? How do you see like the person that you've become? You know, like, I will always say beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and beauty facially and physically doesn't mean anything. If you have a beautiful soul and a beautiful pure heart, that's where your true self is. That is the essence of you. This whole physical thing, nah, it's alright. It's not the be all and the end all. You know, a pretty face or a beautiful body will change. You know, age will take hold and things will change. But a beautiful heart and a beautiful soul will always remain beautiful. So it's time for you to start transforming and seeing yourself in your real light, and not allowing other people and their judgments to reflect against you so much. Also for some of you, it's about having the leap of faith to actually transform into who you're supposed to be and who you want to become. It's like taking that, you know, we'll say, you know, going back to college or starting a new job, or changing a job that you've been in a while, or changing something that you've been in for a long time and wanting to do something else. It's now time to trust yourself and transform into that. Okay, and trusting your psychic gifts and your abilities. Trust your gut feeling. Okay, if something doesn't feel right, you know, stop asking why it doesn't feel right and just go with it doesn't feel right. Okay, and then later on, maybe in time, it will say you know, the truth will speak, as in why it didn't feel right. So for people that chose this card, it's time to start seeing things for what they are as well. Okay, it's time to be objective and take flight like a swan and look down and see the overall objective of things. Step outside, again with the boxes, step outside the box and look at things for how they are. What is it that you want to be? Who is it that you want to be? You know, maybe it's time just to take that leap of faith right now, if it feels right. For some it won't. So, but then is this your ego that's speaking, that's not allowing you to do this? That's what you need to ask yourself. Is it worth taking that leap of faith to find it? Okay, so that's number 1. And now on to number 2. Okay, the king. Okay, so the king, man, authority, male sexual energy, things pertaining to the law and justice. Okay, so for some people, I actually want you to get off your big high horse and, perhaps stop looking at other people and their wrongdoings and look at them for how they're trying to change and how they are making small steps, whether they be small, whether they be big, whether they be tiny baby steps. It doesn't matter, because it's all about change and you're not walking their path. So perhaps you should be less judgmental and either step aside and let them do whatever they're doing, or assist them and help them grow and learn and stop being so judgmental. If you find that you are and you can't be within that circle or within that space anymore, then you need to step aside and stop allowing all that to take over you and your space. It's that kind of, when you cut cords, okay, from different people, but yet somehow you still manage to think about them and what they're at and blah 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 blah. It's that essentially. But you need to stop doing that, because you cut the cord for a reason. So why are you second guessing yourself? No, perhaps you weren't right for doing that. But at the time and space, you were completely right. Okay, so stop being judgmental upon yourself as well. This comes into that part of being judgmental. It's time to stop setting yourself these enormous goals that are like miles up there, knowing that you're only going to get to about here realistically, but then you'll be beating yourself up because you didn't get the top notch. Come on, that's not good. Like, that's self-bullying. That is like literally bullying yourself, so maybe stop doing that too. So the whole thing with the law as well, maybe some people are having some difficulties with the law, or maybe this is all about written word, actually, more written word, and perhaps things to do with money as well. Finances are coming into it, because I'm kind of seeing like shut doors with money and stuff. If that is you really need to kind of look into other ways around it and stop burying your head. It might all be to do with money, it might be to do with other areas of your life, cars, these types of things. But just look at everything and look at the finer print as well. Look at the small details. Look at the small details at the very, very bottom. For other people, I kind of feel like there's something, a bit of a power struggle going on for some people, like that they were always queen of the castle or king of the castle or whatever. And now it's kind of that things aren't, there's changes coming in and they're not as balanced as they once were. So it's now kind of like it's time to really readjust and reevaluate what is going on and why, you're not, well, say, top notch anymore, top dog. But perhaps this is, for me personally, how I'm feeling. That's life, okay? New people at work, changes at home, dynamics of relationships can change, things like this, and really look at them and find out why, especially the relationships. Our work changes will happen, okay, and they need to be evaluated and reassessed and things as well. But it's that kind of go to your HR, or maybe it's time for you to leave your job, and this is the kind of like the push that you needed because you're not feeling loved or liked, or that kind of, you're not feeling you can do your job properly and things like this. At home though, in relationships, any type of relationship, you need to really kind of assess what that's all about. Like, is there something more going on? What is happening right now? For some people it is just like a power struggle, and maybe it's two stubborn people kind of just not wanting to give. But I think you need to remember that in every relationship it is about give and take, and the same at work as well. It is a bit of give and take. Perhaps just sit down with your co-workers and again sit down with this person that you're having this power struggle with. If it's not necessarily a relationship as in like a romantic relationship, and it's a family member and things like this, you've probably always been like this. Perhaps you're spending a bit too much time together. Perhaps, you know, there's just things that you have different views on. Sometimes it's better off if you just step aside and let them continue on their little walk, because it's really affecting you in your daily life. Okay, so that's that one. And number 3, this is all about the yin yang, and it's fear. Okay, fear. What's holding you back? Well, what are you afraid of? You know, maybe it's speaking your mind, or perhaps it's something more. Stop being so afraid. Life has a lot of lessons to teach people, and until you learn the lesson, it's going to repeat that cycle. It's just going to keep repeating it. And perhaps it's the fear of breaking that chain, or the fallout from breaking that chain that's fearful, which is completely understandable. But if you want change to happen, everything must change. And this is, I think, where the fear stands in for a lot of people, because I'm just feeling that kind of like stressed and, you know, just ickiness. Changes can happen really, really slowly, okay? And maybe this is something that you're part and parcel of and you haven't realised you are. But changes can happen really, really slowly, and that's fine. But are they good changes? Are they bad changes? You know, like for some people in different circumstances and situations, it may be a constant state of fear because of how the other person is making you feel. You are good enough, okay? And you are worthy, and you deserve so much more. So why are you so fearful? You know this. You know, I'm pretty sure you've heard it before, or perhaps you haven't. Perhaps you sit and you don't tell anybody. If you were to open up to one single person, like a really, really close person, they would tell you they know this already, because they can see the changes in you. And maybe it's that type of, you don't want to portray the other person in a bad light. Or maybe you don't want everyone to know that work is really crappy and you're trying to hold it all together and you're just losing your marbles. Stop, okay? You need to sit down and breathe. It just feels so tired, like in linking into some of you. It's just pure exhaustion. Go and get help, okay? Get help in any way necessary. Maybe it's with your doctor. Maybe it's with a counsellor. Maybe it's doing yoga. Maybe it's walking. Maybe it's talking to someone, like actually physically telling someone everything from start to finish and everything in the middle. Everything. Stop being so afraid. You are not supposed to live in fear. This is not necessary. Okay? It's like, you see the image there? It's the kind of water trickling down. It's like someone literally stood up here and just threw you down all these stones and rocks and have beaten you, and perhaps not physically, perhaps it's more emotionally and more mentally, and you know, you see the cycle, and maybe this is your sign of picking this is a cycle that needs to be broken. This is a sign. This is for you, okay? Things need to change. Stop being so afraid, okay? Stop being afraid. You are a very strong individual. You have so much going for you, and you can do this. You can make it, okay? And for other people, maybe it's fear of, you know, changes at work. And it is that kind of fear factor of, do I take, maybe for some of you, perhaps you have picked 3 in 1, because they're jumping out to me right now. 3 in 1. Maybe it's the fear of taking the sleep and seeing the changes and then allowing them all to happen naturally. Maybe that's your fear. And maybe the fear is of getting hurt again, okay? Number 3 and number 2. Maybe that fear is the justice of everything. Maybe that's your fear. And if that's your fear, that's fine. But sometimes things have to happen, and they have to happen for a reason. And, you know, it's that cycle. If you can see the justice and the fear and the changes all linked in together, then you know what you have to do. Okay, thank you very much. So the first card was the Swan. This one was for the dream catcher with the cosmos in the background. This one was number 2 with, it was lovely bright colours, vibrant. Okay, and number 3 was the yin and the yang. Okay. Thank you all so much. Please do share on for others, and get in touch with me. Leave me feedback publicly or privately. If you're watching this on YouTube, I can't comment back to comments. I don't know what's going on. And the spam message, I got a spam message and I can't open that either. I'm so sorry. Right, well, thank you all so much, and I wish you all a great week, and take it easy. Bye.